Hi, this is Muad from JB Academy. In today's session, we will talk about rational numbers on the coordinate plane. As you remember, in the previous video, we have talked about integer number on the coordinate plane. So this lesson look like the previous lesson, but today we will not deal with integers, we will deal with rational numbers. So we will focus on fractions and decimals. We have two kinds of questions in this lesson. The first question, graph and label these points. Point A, negative 2.5 and 1.5. So the first thing, as I mentioned before, we have to know this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. We start from 0. Here, the x coordinate is negative 2.5. So I go left 2 units and half. So this here. Now the y coordinate is 1.5. So I go up 1 unit and half. Here each two squares represent 1 unit. So here I label A. And another point B. Here it's written as fractions or mixed numbers. 1.5, the x coordinate is 1.5 and the y coordinate is negative half. This the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate. The x coordinate is 1.5 or 1/2. So I start from the origin, I go, because it's x positive, I go to the right. 1 unit and 1.5. This 1.5. Then the y is negative half, so I go down. I'm here, I go down half. So here I label B. So it's the same as for integers, but in our case today we have fractions and decimals. The second question, write the ordered pair for points C and D. This is the second kind of questions. Where is point C? Here. So I want the x coordinate and the y coordinate. I write C. Here I draw a line from C to the x axis. It will intersect in -1, between -1 and -2. It's -1.5. -1.5. Or we can write it -1.5. So the x coordinate is -1.5, or we can write it -1.5. You can write it as a fraction or you can write it as a decimal. Now I want the y coordinate. I draw a line, perpendicular line to the y axis. Here the y axis, it intersects the y axis at this point. This point here, it's 1, between 1 and 2. It's in the positive side, so it is where 1.5. We can write it 1.5, or we can write 1.5. In which quadrant? Of course, A and C in quadrant 2, and B and D in quadrant 4. Now, as for the point D, I will write it in two forms, fraction and decimal. Here D. So you can choose another way now. From the 0, how many units I want to the right to reach to D? Here 1 unit and half. 1 unit and half, between 1 and 2. So the x coordinate is 1.5 positive, or I can write 1.5 as decimal. Now, how many units I get down to reach to D? It's 1 unit. 2 squares represent 1 unit. But because I get down, it's negative. It is negative. So the y coordinate is -1. That's it. That's all about our lesson, which is rational numbers on the coordinate plane. I hope this video is beneficial and helpful for you. If you like the video, just click on like and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.